So, I popped into High House Insurance to see if they could quote for my house insurance rather than using the internet. High House got a great deal. So, to celebrate, I bought a posh hairdo. It made me look beautiful, gorgeous enough to become a highly paid model. I then won Celebrity Big Brother. I had an affair with an MP. Now I'm promoting a doll of me that says, "Cool, blimey, you're well fit."
Happy things happen when you talk face-to-face with High House Insurance. See if we can beat your home insurance quote from the internet. Find us on the High Street, Selsey, or call 606 552.
Hi, my name's Keith Barnes and I'd like to welcome you to this week's Selsey Internet Radio podcast. In the programme this week, Pat Reed, our Selsey Shopper, will be letting us know what's on offer in and around the shops in the village. We also have Lyn Reeve from Tuppenny Rice in the High Street, and Lyn is going to be giving us some new recipes for midweek meals. We also have in the programme Debbie Brooks, or Debbie the Seamstress as she's better known, who just wants to put the record straight, and Thea Foot will read a poem called Spoilt. But firstly, let's go over to Mary Kennedy, who's going to tell us what's on in and around the village for the coming week. Mary.
Hello, Mary Kennedy here with this week's What's On. Another opportunity to meet your community warden in Selsey Library on Wednesday the 19th between 10:30 and 12 noon. Also on Wednesday, the Crafty Natter Club meets at the Methodist Church Hall between 2 and 4 p.m. The cost is £1 per session. More information is available from Lisa on 601032. And on Thursday morning there's a Knit and Natter session at the library from 10:30 till 11:30. More information on that from the library. The Ladies in Contact link welcome Jane Fowler to their meeting on Thursday evening. She will be giving a talk and demonstration of her stained glass craftwork. That starts at 7:15, and you can find out more information from Mary Grantham on 604718 or Beryl Fletcher on 603750. If you're thinking about adopting a cat, you could visit the Cat and Rabbits Rescue Centre on Saturday, which is their cat rehoming day, between 12 and 2 p.m. Selsey Methodist Church has a tabletop sale with Christmas crafts and refreshments between 10 and 2 on Saturday. Looking ahead until next week, you might want to buy tickets for the Cinema Club's showing of Chef on Monday the 24th at the Town Hall at 7:30, and tickets are £5 and are available from the Town Hall. That's all for this week.
Thank you for that, as always, Mary. As usual, there's lots going on in and around the village for the coming week. And we go across to the studio now, where Pat Reed, our Selsey Shopper, gives us an insight into what's available in our local shops.
Hi, I'm Pat Reed, your Selsey Shopper, and each month I hope to give you some helpful tips and information on what's going on in our high street. Firstly, I've been looking around for a new mattress, and after checking out the larger stores around Chichester and online, gaining information on what to look for in a good mattress, I noticed that right on our doorstep is Flawless Finish in the centre of our high street. They supply mattresses in all sizes, from the less expensive memory foam to the top-of-the-range pocket spring mattresses, and you can try them out in their shop as they have their collection already made up on beds, as well as the full range lined up and easy to see. I chose their 2000 pocket spring mattress, which was a better price than any of the similar quality I'd looked at in Chichester. And they also offered to take my old one away for a small fee, something that other stores had said they wouldn't do. They also sell complete beds and bedding as well. Whilst in the shop, I noticed their extensive range of flooring, lighting and rugs, and small items of furniture and bedroom chairs, all most attractive and again with very competitive pricing. Their wall canvases were particularly eye-catching, as they are scenes of Selsey and the Witterings, photographed by a local firm of photographers. If you're looking for something to enhance your home, then I would recommend looking in Flawless Finish first. Just a little further along is the eye-catching display of fruit, vegetables and bulbs and plants outside Country Gardens, which is run by John and Catherine Mears. At the moment they have 25% off all pots, both for the house and your garden. I had a look inside their shop, which is now full of festive items and certainly worth a visit to see their extensive display of Christmas gift ideas. I was surprised to find a mini farm shop hidden away in there with jars and bottles containing a huge variety of sauces, pickles and preserves, to name but a few. They also have a mix and match range of olives which you can spoon into a generous pot for £3.50. They have basket hampers of all sizes which you can fill with items from their display for that special gift. They have a large display of spring bulbs as well as those in pots and other potted plants. They tell me that their Christmas lights and decorations are cheaper than home base. Village Flowers, a few doors away, teamed up with Selsey Cards and Gifts a while ago, and so the shop is not only a florist but also has a large display of cards and gifts. As well as making bouquets to order, you can choose one of their baskets or vases which can be filled with flowers of your choice. I recently received one of their glass vases myself, containing a beautiful display of flowers all fixed in place and which lasted for about 10 days. Their card section is extensive and at the moment has specific family and friends Christmas cards as well as boxes of Christmas cards. They have a wide selection of pot plants on display and the prices are certainly cheaper than Chichester. At the moment they have 50% off their Christmas stock, which is displayed in their window, so go and grab a bargain now. Lastly this month, Amanda's Hobby Hideout on the opposite side of the High Street is planning a visit from Santa on the 29th of November from 11 a.m. until late. And if mums want to avoid queues, you can book a time slot with him. If you are looking for toys at Christmas as presents, look in this shop before travelling further afield. If you can't see what you want, they have a catalogue of toys and games which you can pick up from the shop. It contains hundreds of items and you can browse through at leisure and then order from the shop. I'm told that because the shop is small, it's sometimes assumed that prices will be higher than the larger stores, and this isn't the case. They can sometimes obtain toys which you're unable to get at the larger stores, so go and pick up one of their catalogues. Finally, do not forget the Selsey Town Grand Christmas Party on Saturday the 29th of November. This includes an all-day Christmas market in the old cinema and the Christmas lights switch on at 6 p.m. There will be many stalls and much, much more, ending with the Grand Street Conga. So come along and join in the fun. That's all for this month, and I'll have some more shopping tips for you next month.
On Friday, I popped up the High Street to one of our hidden gems to talk to a lady about a case of mistaken identity. Today I'm talking to Debbie Brooks. Now most of you that have been around Selsey for any length of time will know Debbie as Debbie the seamstress. Now Debbie's been in business for 25 years as a seamstress in Selsey, but just recently it would appear that her business has been suffering because of a mix-up over her name and that of somebody involved in a motoring incident. Not too long ago, a neighbour of Debbie's, who also has the same Christian name, was involved in a motoring incident and was subsequently charged with drink driving. Now we're not here to discuss the pros and cons of that particular incident today, but what Debbie's found is that all of a sudden her business appears to have dropped off, and it has been mentioned to her by one or two people that used to put business her way that some of their customers are saying they wouldn't go to Debbie now because of this traffic incident. So I'm here today to give Debbie the opportunity to put her side of the case and hopefully bring her business back to normal and let her get on with her life as she should be able to. So Debbie, tell us your side of what happened.
Well, I was aware of the accident, obviously living in the same street as the lady, and I took not much notice of it. These things happen and so on and so forth. And it wasn't until a few days after that my daughter, who works in the Riviera restaurant as a waitress, came back and said, "Oh, everyone's saying it's you, Mum." And I just basically laughed and just brushed it off. And I thought, oh, well, that's typical Selsey. No, it'll be all right. No, they'll work it out for themselves. And it wasn't until about a few days ago, in actual fact, which now in time scales about 4 weeks after the event, that I've noticed customers avoiding me and not coming in, and my business is slowly diminished, and I found out that a lot of people had assumed, and quite wrongly assumed, it was me. And as Selsey is Selsey, everything snowballed, and it all comes about, unfortunately, because of the same name and the same road. And people obviously in the original, what was printed, didn't take on board her surname. I've just got Debbie on my A board, and it's a very unfortunate situation. But yeah, I just really want to clear my name. It's
Absolutely,
not me.
absolutely.
And
why wouldn't you?
You know, if that is why I'm sitting here now looking at 4 or 5 items to
Well, I know
to
from
stitch
previous
in a week.
experience when I've come in, and unfortunately, as is my wont, I usually need everything done in a rush.
As a lot of people do, and
And
I'll
I
bend
come
over
in,
backwards to
and
try and do
usually
that.
you've got racks full of stuff to be done. So I do
Yeah.
know, how busy
Yeah.
you normally are. And if this is the effect that it's having on your business, it's quite a devastating effect, obviously.
Yeah, it's not chiselled in stone or anything, but it just seems to be a bit of a coincidence. And also what I'm hearing as well. And my lovely daughter bit the bullet last night and put something on Facebook. Been running in and out today trying to... Everybody on Facebook yesterday has just been stopping me left, right and centre, which is a good positive attitude now, so I'm a lot happier than I was yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it on
It's
Facebook.
not my
and I
way of the
thought,
world.
well,
I don't do
yeah.
Facebook, unfortunately.
that's
Technology is out
well,
of
I
my
don't have a
league.
lot to do with it, I have to say, but it's useful for information, for me, local
Yeah,
information. And I saw it and I thought, well, there's somebody that's being hard done by, and I
Yeah,
should pop in and
if
see
that
it.
is the case. I mean, I've risen through the 4-year recession and I've never seen it like this. And bearing in mind it's party season soon.
Absolutely, yes.
And I've
you've
never...
got 25 years of experience.
Exactly, and I would know my down point,
Exactly,
my
yeah.
quiet
Yeah.
points.
You'd
And
certainly be
this
able to
isn't one of them.
Identify your peaks and troughs, and
Yeah.
if it's an unexpected trough, then it would seem strange if it's not linked. Well, thanks for that, Debbie. We can assist in clearing
I'm
up the situation.
Extremely grateful for your interest.
And hope that your customers will come flooding back. Only not too many, perhaps, so that I can get things done when I want. But
Well, that makes it all
I think
worthwhile,
we've done
actually.
something worthwhile if we can.
Yeah,
So-
serving the village and village life, that is quite humble. I've done this service for local people 25 years, and something my daughter done, which is totally out of my league, has created this interest, as it were.
Yeah,
But
and I'm sure
for a
there'll be.
reason of, I should be able to carry on doing the service.
I'm sure there'll be cynics out there that say, well, she's just trying to drum up business, but
Well, that book.
no, absolutely. And I know from, as I say, from previous experience how busy you can be. And it's certainly never been like this when I've come in. So.
No, thank you, Keith.
Well, thanks very much, Debbie. Right, well, let's hope that's cleared everything up for Debbie and her business can get back to normal. We go back to the studio now, where Lyn Reeve gives us the first in a series of recipes for midweek meals. In our new studio today, we've got the lovely Lyn Reeve from Tuppenny Rice in High Street. Lyn,
Hello.
what have you got for us today?
Well, I thought I'd do a little series of midweek bakes, midweek meals, quick and easy. And I'll sort of do about 6-8 weeks maybe of
Quick and
midweek
easy is
meals.
always good in case I have to cook them myself.
On the run up to Christmas as well, everybody hasn't got the time to sort of get home and do lots of cooking, have they? So
Absolutely.
quick and easy midweek, yeah?
Wonderful.
Sound good to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Taste buds are tingling already.
Oh, bless you. Right, we're going to start off with a potato and camembert bake. Most people think potato and cheese, cheese and potato pie is the really lovely, well, it's a nice way of saying it, cheese and potato pie, but we're going to do a different take on it with camembert instead of the old double Gloucester.
Suits me. I'm rather partial to camembert.
Okay. Yeah, I like camembert. It melts lovely, doesn't it? So we're going to start with 750 grams of ready washed baby new potatoes. All right? So we don't really want Mary's Piper for this. Not necessarily. We want baby new potatoes. 4 lean, rindless, smoked back bacon rashers. 4 spring onions cut into rounds. That's just chopped along. All right? And a half a round of camembert or raclette cheese. Probably about 250 grams that is. And then you want some single cream, a good dollop of single cream.
Oh,
All right?
cholesterol.
Cholesterol, I'm sorry. Leave out the cream if you want to, but
No, certainly not.
this recipe does call for it. I'll tell you what, I can even tell you that each serving of this recipe is about 400 calories. So in a day's intake, that's not too bad. And there's 22 grams of fat in it. And that isn't too good, is it? But there we go. So first we're going to cook the potatoes in the normal way. All right? Preheat the oven to 230 centigrade or 210 if you've got a fan oven, and gas mark 8. Cook the potatoes in your pan of boiling water in the normal way for 12 to 15 minutes until they're tender, but I like my potatoes quite firm. I don't like mishmash of anything. So, yeah. Drain them thoroughly and put them into a greased, shallow, oven-proof dish, just as they are. Fry your bacon, and while the potatoes are cooking, snip the bacon into thin strips using your kitchen scissors. Put them into a cold, non-stick frying pan and cook them over a high heat for 1 minute until they're crispy, and try not to eat any along the way, yeah?
That might be difficult.
I actually put bacon in the oven the other day and I left it in there and I forgot all about it because I was doing something, and it literally stuck to the pan where it was so crispy, but it came out like pork crackling.
Yeah.
It did. And I couldn't leave it alone. I was there all day eating that. Right, so remove from the pan with a draining spoon and mix the spring onions with the cooked bacon. So mix it all up. Prepare the cheese. So cut the semicircle of cheese in half horizontally to make 2 small semicircles. Remove the hard rind. A lot of people don't quite know what to do with camembert. Do remove the rind, all right?
It can taste a bit...
Yeah. The best way is to remove the rind. Score the rind on a crisscross button, any that you've got left on it, to help the cheese to melt. I'm in the studio here and I'm actually doing the actions with my hands. Okay. Layer the ingredients, so scatter the bacon and onions over the potatoes, season with plenty of ground black pepper, and then pour over the cream. Get the picture?
Oh, indeed.
Set the cheese on the top, the rind, sole and uppermost, because it looks lovely when it comes out. Then bake that for 10 to 15 minutes until it's melting or bubbling, and serve it piping hot, and it's absolutely delicious. I have tried it and it's a beautiful recipe.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you could actually, if you wanted to, you could put some sliced salami or something in it. You can ring the changes
yes.
any way you like with it. Maybe some exotic mushrooms somewhere.
I like salami as well. So
Yeah, or a bit of cooked beetroot for the potatoes, maybe, or even blue brie. You just ring the changes with it and make it it's a lovely midweek meal.
As you can tell, my fat intake is a good indicator of my size.
Oh well.
So
yeah. I think you look lovely.
For an old fella. Well, thank you for that, Lyn. I look forward to our next meeting. Lips are moist now thinking about that food. And we'll see Lyn again next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lyn.
This is a poem called Spoilt. Of Ernestine, the short and stout, or Lady Grundy, should I say, a woman of enormous clout and wealth and influence, no doubt, but basically a dull old trout. They say that one fine day she threw away her life of bliss. The story goes a bit like this. Old Lady Grundy said to her companion, Dorothy from Dorking, 45 and mousy, "Open the window, there's a good girl. Quickly, quickly, and see who's calling. It may be the postman, dusky and mysterious, bringing me offers, scratch cards and circulars. It may be the milkman, crinkle-eyed and saucy, bringing me orange juice and something enthralling." Dorothy from Dorking, dowdy and put upon, cursed under her breath. "I've worked for you, you silly old bat, for 5 long years or more than that, but you still behave like a spoilt little brat. You're worse than Lady Macbeth." Old Lady Grundy snapped at her companion. Sad little Dorothy, spinsterish and hangdog. "Answer the telephone! Don't just stand there! Hurry, hurry! And see who's ringing! It may be Wogan, tanned and twinkly, asking me to join him at Claridge's for tea. It may be Edinburgh, mischievous as always, saying, 'Would I fancy some ring-a-ding-ding-a-ling?'" Poor little Dorothy smiled at her ladyship, thought, "You lump of fat, I've pandered like a fool to your every need, and I've turned a blind eye to your sickening greed, and I've wormed your chihuahua twice yearly. Indeed, I have greased the boil on your cat." Old Lady Grundy said to her companion, dreary little Dorothy, grim-faced and careworn, Answer the front door. Get your skates on, quickly, quickly, and see who's knocking. It may be Connery, 70, but sexy, bringing me martinis, gin, not vodka. Oh, it may be Jeremy, pressing me for answers, telling me to hurry up and trying to be shocking. Funny little Dorothy pulled on her cardigan, said, I've had enough. You treat me like a dirty rag. My life with you is one long drag. You're nothing but a sad old bag. It's my turn to play rough. Dear, kind Dorothy looked at her employer, outsize Ernestine, pop-eyed and powdered. She thumbed her nose at the silly fat frog face and ran to the front door, all of a fluster. It wasn't Sean Connery, or Wogan, or Edinburgh. It wasn't old Paxman barking bossily, or even the milkman saying, Hello, darling, but only an immigrant selling her a duster. Wide-eyed Dorothy gazed at the immigrant and beamed with new-found glee. She looked the poor man up and down. Your hair's too long and your skin's too brown. You're not very tall and you look like a clown. So what? You'll do for me. Of Ernestine, the stout and short, there's little news. Her friends report that she lies upon the Devonport completely in the nude and rings the local takeaway at any hour, any night or day, and orders breakfast on a tray in language somewhat rude. While Dorothy, so I have heard tell, now manages a small hotel and lives in sin in Camberwell in blessed quietude.
The many voices of the wonderfully talented Thea Foot. Thank you for that, Thea. And sadly, that's all we have time for this week, so spread the word, let all your friends know about Selsey Internet Radio, and we'll be back again next week. Bye.